Night, but incredible tonight, and they're going to continue to get stronger because there's a lot more to come from this
Okay,
team.
let's hear from the manager, shall we? Because Mikel Arteta is with Gabriel Clark.
Mikel, well done. So, 56 minutes in, did you see 4-0 coming?
No, and it was a really tough match, and we knew that obviously as long as the score was 0-0 or 1-0 losing, it was going to be really tough. After the goal, I think they opened up a little bit, and it was a little bit easier for us to find the spaces. Very happy. I think we had a big performance, big results, and very well deserved 3 points.
A big team performance and big individual performances. What pleased you most?
Both, because a big team performance without individual performance is very difficult, and at this level in the Champions League, you really need to step up on everything that you do individually. We've done that in every phase of the play, and I'm very happy.
Has Victor Gyökeres, with his first 2 Champions League goals for you, stepped up?
Delighted, because he fully deserves. I mean, the work rate and everything that he brings to the team is outstanding, and he fully deserves the goal.
Yeah, I know he brings work rate, you'll get that, but even inwardly, is he also putting pressure on himself to score? That's what strikers have to do.
Exactly, and that's what we brought him here for, and his demands on himself are really high, but we value a lot of the things that he does for the team. And you can see that big smile on his face today, and look at his teammates.
Is this going to be a lift-off for him to an extent? That's what they say about strikers. Goals, when they start, they can carry on for a long time, game by game.
And he's very used to that for the last 3 years. What he's done, it's phenomenal. So hopefully it's the start of some beautiful sequence now.
Was Calafiori all set and ready to go? And then Miles Lewis-Skelly makes that run. That's about right, isn't it, on the touchline?
That's football, yeah. And then we decided to make other changes as well, because there are players that we have to manage.
Yeah. What about that set-up play, though, by Miles Lewis-Skelly in that inverted fullback role?
That's him. That's his quality, the way he carries the ball, the way he attracts players, and then the ability he has to release the ball in the right moment. Martinelli as well, I think he was superb today. So really good to see those 2 changes and the impact that it had in the team.
It all started, it was all broken up by a set piece again, though. That skill by Declan Rice, listen, the skill was there in the free kicks against Real Madrid, but that delivery, what does that take?
Yeah, super. We could have scored before in the first hour with some open chances that we had, but to have that variability of way of scoring goals and the different players scoring goals as well, it's something really positive, so let's maintain it.
Teams know what's coming, they can't stop it.
Well, so far, so we need to continue and still improve.
And overall, there will now be even more expectation. The fans go away from here tonight excited by what they're seeing, more excited maybe. Does this give you even more belief as a group?
Yeah, because that creates a better cohesion between us and our supporters, and belief is something crucial in sports. And now we have to maintain the momentum, understand that we've done some great things. There are things that we should do better as well to improve, so let's focus on Sunday now.
Well done, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Obviously, a very content Mikel Arteta there, and he's so businesslike, isn't he? Because his head will be moving straight back onto the Premier League. As Clarence keeps reminding us, it's very early days in the Champions League, but it couldn't have gone better.
No, I think he sleeps well now. I generally do. When you have all these players to your hands, and this message constantly shown to each player. The passion's there, the hunger, that he feels it, and I think credit to him. He's changed the whole dynamic at the club. That's come down to him, the staff. So
he also knows that the team is playing so well, results are so good. As a manager, now you need to be very vigilant, because it's also very normal for human beings to relax a little bit unconsciously. Things are flowing, or you're doing the extra work still. Or you continue to push yourself to get better every day, all the players, and that's going to be on him.
Do you think those 3 second places in the Premier League and that disappointing, kind of exit in the end in the Champions League last season from the semi-final, though, that's what keeps the hunger going, isn't it, for this group of players?
Yes, of course, and you need time to mature. You need time. We want everything to be happening fast, and if it's not happening, we've seen it, Nottingham Forest after 5 games. We decide it's not good. You need time. Unfortunately, we don't have time in football, but you can see the group is, year after year, evolving, progressing. And what you like about all of that, when you see the players' faces, because to go all the way in a season, you need good characters. you know. So you could have a great season up to 8 months, and then some players who are not getting the minutes are going to drag you down. So what Mikel did when he first arrived, he just took all those characters out. And, you know, at the time it was seen as a bit crazy. I think he was very courageous because it's never easy to do. Big names, big players, but you can tell they're all working in the same direction. So, of course, we are very early in the season, but you know, good characters, quality, great club. You know, results are going just fine. So let's keep the momentum going.
Shall we have a look, unless you want to come in, Clarence?
No,
Let's
no.
have a look at Jokeresh's second goal,
Yeah.
shall we? And of course, those two players combined with the two replacements from the weekend, or changes from the weekend against Fulham as well. So we'll ask the manager how happy he's feeling about the changes he made to that side. But that is after we've had a chat with this man. Viktor Gyökeres there is on his way over to our desk, and he must be feeling absolutely brilliant. You can only imagine, having had 9 games without scoring. Although being an important part of this team tonight, he has finally got on this Champions League scoreline and says hi to Theo. Victor, thank you so much for coming into the studio to have a chat with us. First of all, congratulations. Tell us the emotions and what's going on inside you after your 2 goals tonight.
Yeah, of course, feels amazing. It's been a while, but yeah, we've been winning games, so in that part it's been still a great couple of months. But yeah, it's been of course, as a striker you want to score goals, and to get 2 today is amazing.
Of course, you've been winning games, and you've been an important part of that, and an important part of Arsenal's resilience and their defensive strength. But as a goal scorer, we had Alan Shearer on here tonight before the match saying you just want to get going, you want to start scoring goals. So you could see almost your first goal, you kind of stopped. There was a moment where you didn't celebrate with kind of wildly, and your teammates were encouraging you.
Yeah, but that was just because, you know, VAR, I don't know, it can be something, you know, I just wanted to wait to don't do too much and then be disappointed. So yeah, I just waited a little bit, that's why. But yeah, it was of course great to score 2 goals and to get this win, because yeah, it shows where we're at.
Do you have a little look at your goals?
Yeah, why not?
Sure, you'll have them look back later as well, but you might as well talk us through this.
Yeah, I mean, I got it there, bit in between my legs, and yeah, I just tried to get a shot on goal really, and then yeah, it was a perfect deflection, I think, and yeah.
So you were worried about the offside of your teammate there?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you look at your movement before as well to get in front of the centre back, and you know, obviously a lot of people have been looking at the goal side of things, but you know, as a forward myself, with continuing to do those movements, those runs, and you've been doing it from day one till now, and that's the patience side of things. And my boys have been patient, waiting for the celebration as well. So thank you for that. So they'll be very happy.
Yeah, no
but look, how important is just to put yourself in those positions all the time and not to, you know, just shy away from things. It's really important as a forward.
Yeah, I think you have to be focused, but the thing is, I think sometimes you can overdo it and, you know, run into. You think it's like the right thing to do to get in front, and then the ball maybe comes a bit behind you. So I think also to have the patience and to wait for the right moment. And yeah, I think that's something I can improve. But yeah, I think just to be there, be aggressive, and yeah, the chance will come.
And the reaction of your teammates as well spoke volumes. They looked absolutely thrilled for you.
Yeah, they're incredible. I think you can see that in how we play together, and the spirit we have in the team is something else.
I think you have created that, because strikers, everybody expects them to score. You didn't score that much in this period, but all the other stuff that you've been doing for the team, making the players better, has created this reaction of them. The respect that you have created, I think, is definitely on you. So well done.
Thank you.
Does it feel like this is a very special time in this club? This season so far has, you know, nothing you could say has gone wrong. You know, you're top of the league. You've won all your Champions League games. You've had the best defensive start to a season Arsenal have ever had in 138 years. You must feel like this was a good move.
No, it feels great, of course, but I think we just have to be on our toes and keep doing the right things in training and in the games, and yeah, just be the same, and of course try to improve as well, because yeah, there's always room for that, I think.
And of course you have a new Englishman in charge of Sweden as well, in Graham Potter. Have you had a word with him yet about his plans for you?
Yeah, I spoke a little bit with him, so yeah, it feels great to have him as a coach in the national team.
Big job to do that. Talk to us, and congratulations on the win and the goals and Arsenal's 100% record, of course, in the Champions League phase. I imagine the confidence tonight's win, tonight's performance and tonight's goals will do for him, and what it could do for him going forwards now.
Yeah, and it's like Alan was saying in comms, they're the best goals. The ones that you're just in the right position, because the hard work he's been putting down, it's all come down to him. And you get rewarded, like Clarence was saying. So look, the goals will always continue to come because he's got great players around him and he doesn't give up. And that's the great thing about a forward, they don't give up.
Well, Arsenal is the team in England, not only, but the team in England since I've been in England that will always provide chances for strikers. Any strikers that come in will end up scoring goals because this is Arsenal. And you can tell tonight, of course, are there amazing goals? No. Are there important goals? Of course. And he's someone that needs to be in the box. And I think, the buying that they've done over the summer with, the additional players, he's not going to make the difference on his own, but those players around him will feed him and he will score goals because that's what he does. So a very big night for him because we talk and we said, okay, the movement, he's helping his teammate, but in the end, you want to score goals because this is how you judge. So a striker needs to score and, it's a beginning for him.
Yeah, it is. And of course, they've got Crystal Palace at the weekend in the league here at the Emirates. I mean, you wouldn't bet against him continuing it, would you?
No, not at all. And again, the clean sheet. And that's, if you want to win titles, ask Gael, it's all about clean sheets. They can win games 1-0 ugly. They can do that, Arsenal. They can win games 4-0 like tonight. But incredible tonight, and they're going to continue to get stronger because there's a lot more.
You don't have the funds when you don't have the players. You want to rest one or two players, you lose in performance. So great for them. And now we just need to see if the team is really mature to go all the way.
Everybody wants to win. Everybody talks about winning. What I'm saying is that before you win, you need to win already in your head. You need to win in your heart. You need to win and that's the belief. At the end, I've lost so many times. I've lost finals, but I was third so many times. But you play to compete. But the thing is, if Arsenal is going to continue to respond on what is the external mood, you're always going to live a little bit in the past. And that's, for me, the biggest change that I'm hearing and feeling from them. But it needs to grow. Let's see. Mm-hmm.
As for Atletico Madrid, that equals their worst defeat in the Champions League. A team that has now gone 6 games on the bounce, going away and not getting a victory away from home in the league, obviously, and Champions League. It's going to be a tough kind of ask for them, isn't it, to turn things around after a performance like tonight?
Well, we looked at PSG last year and obviously the way they performed in the Champions League in these early stages, and like Clarence was saying, it's about in February, March. That's where it's really important. And it could have been completely different tonight. They had moments. And Alvarez, of course, had his chance in the opening few minutes of the second half. And football just changes that quickly. It kind of woke Arsenal up a little bit more, actually, and made them feel like, we're in a game here. They always were in a game. But look, I'd be really worried and concerned of the away and how you change that dynamic, because as well, it's starting to be natural for them. They don't need that in the dressing room, and they need to sit together like Arsenal, of obviously being compact and looking after each other. Is there something not quite right when you travel away from home? It obviously is right now for Atletico. Terrifying.
He doesn't look the happiest, it's fair to say there. And
of course not. You lose 4-0, but he's against a team that really want to win this competition, and he says it himself, they're the best team they've played, and that's a big statement for a manager who's played a lot of very good teams in his time and managed the games in that way. But I always feel like, as well, as a player, you have 6 days to wait for your next game. How's he going to be like now? How long are you going to dwell on this game? And I wouldn't want to dwell on this game too much, to be honest. But look, like you said, they had moments, but they need to really change the pattern and dynamic of playing away from home. It's a problem.
Yeah, and we are now into the kind of part of the season where these games are coming every few days for Arsenal. At the weekend, I've got Crystal Palace here, who have been so far very impressive this season, Gael. But it's managing the season, isn't it? That is the key to Arsenal's ultimate. If they're going to be successful this season, it's getting into this tough time now as you head towards Christmas.
And that's why having a big squad is important, because we know the Premier League is very tough. Every 3 days you play, you travel, the Champions League got more games. So you will have to give minutes to different players. But when I'm looking at the bench and the player were just doing some runs just now, I can assure you those runs are really difficult to do. You haven't lost, you haven't won, you haven't played. Big nights, you want to be involved. I've been in different clubs, different teams, national team. When you've been asked to do some more work, when you haven't played, and it's never easy. You look at them, you look at their face. Everybody seems happy. So beginning of season, everybody goes with the flow. And it's going to be harder for the manager during the year. But I really feel there is something special within the team. We don't talk about how well they play. Maybe sometimes they won't play well, but the ingredients are really here this year. And I'm very curious to see the next few weeks.
Is that the difference in this generation of players now? They accept that they will feature but not start games, and they're happy to affect games now. I don't know. It's a different kind of dynamic for players.
I was thinking about that. I could care less. I didn't play. I would not be happy to make these runs after. I would do them because I have to.
Yeah.
I know why I'm doing them. But that part can be tricky. It's fine to have the right atmosphere and everything, but you want to have
winners.
All the players competitive. You cannot be happy not playing. That should not be there, because that fire is going to bring, the training level at the right temperature, to put it like this, to keep the first 11 awake and to keep them alive. And if you, as a maybe not starter, have diminished a little bit that intensity, it affects the whole team as well. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up, because I was thinking about it.
Just remember that one as well.
Little notebook, Clarence. We're getting a little notebook. Thank you so much, Gael. Great to have you on board this evening as well. And Clarence, as always, Theo, thanks for joining us. Plenty more sport coming up.
Diego, un resultado muy decepcionante, a really disappointing result. ¿Cómo evaluarías las dos partes del juego de hoy? How would you assess both halves of that game today?
Bueno, creo que hasta el minuto 60 el equipo compitió muy bien. Tuvo dos situaciones que podrían haber sido a favor nuestra que no sucedieron, que es la del primer tiempo en el saque de banda rápido de Julián, que se va al lado del palo, la del travesaño previo al gol de ellos, y a partir del gol del minuto 60 fueron contundentes, fuertes, no bajaron el ritmo del rival, merecedores de haber ganado. Felicitarlos, aprendizaje y a seguir mejorando.
It's a learning curve. We just need to keep improving. I thought we competed really well to begin with. There were two situations in the game that didn't go our way, that should have gone our way. And then from 60 minutes onwards, well, they were the better team and they deserved to win. El Arsenal, ¿dirías que el Arsenal es el mejor equipo que se ha enfrentado al Atletico esta temporada? Would you say they're the strongest team that Atletico have faced this season?
Bueno, en lo que va de temporada seguramente sí. Un equipo completo, creo que completo, sobre todo en el trabajo colectivo de cada uno de sus futbolistas, con un esfuerzo enorme en todos. No se preguntan en si hay que correr o no hay que correr, trabajan todos de la misma manera, tienen calidad, tienen talento, tienen buen equipo y la verdad que están haciendo las cosas muy bien y felicitaciones para ellos.
Yes, I'd say the best team we have faced this season, Arsenal. They compete so well. They run and they run. There's quality all over the pitch, and yeah, well, they deserve to win today, and I want to congratulate them on that win as well. Y para terminar, my last question: 6 días ahora para recuperar. ¿Qué hay que hacer para volver a ganar? You've got 6 days now before your next game. What do you need to do to recuperate, get back on track and start winning again?
Bueno, como siempre, cuando se gana y cuando nos toca perder, dejar atrás lo que pasó y obviamente centrarnos en el entrenamiento del jueves con tranquilidad y ver que el esfuerzo que se hizo fue grande hasta el minuto 60, repito, y las cosas buenas que se hicieron y obviamente las cosas que siempre toca mejorar.
We have to put this behind us now. We need to focus on training when we go back on Thursday on the things that went right, because a lot of things did go right today. We need to make improvements as well, which is what we'll do, and we will return to winning ways. Bueno, muchísimas gracias. Thank you, Diego.